It's Christi Krug, writing coach, here with my new client, Lazia, demonstrating today what it is to be in this writing process with me, and demonstrating being a new client and writer. And one of the things that I love to do with writers, as many of you know who've worked with me over the 15 years or whatever that I've been doing one-on-one sessions, is that we call it wildwriting, which means you don't necessarily know what's going to happen in the practice. In fact, you really don't know at all what it's going to bring. And it's a place where you can just trust that you have something to say, even though you consciously aren't holding it. Wildwriting is described more explicitly in my book, Burn Wild, A Writer's Guide to Creative Breakthrough. And we usually do some form of it in all my classes and workshops and retreats. And I say some form of it because it changes a lot. And it's very dynamic, and it can be used depending on what the writer's experience is and what the setting is and what we're feeling like. So with Lazia, this is her first time experiencing wildwriting. Yay. So she might be feeling like, I don't know, like, what are some of the things that go through your mind when you're like, I'm going to write and I don't know about it?
I love the words wildwriting, so that just makes me curious and excited and just open.
Open is awesome. If you're feeling open, this is a great practice to join us in. And if you're not feeling open, that's okay. And there are also times and places and writing situations where this is not the situation for you, and this is not what you want to do. You have a very specific thing you're working on. So, but if you're curious and you would like to create something new, go ahead and watch and then try this with us. So we're going to start a wildwriting practice by just putting down our pen, which is counterintuitive, putting down the writing materials. We've got some down here, and we just close our eyes and we just come to a place of stillness. Normally our brain is, I gotta do this, I gotta say this is what's coming up. So for wildwriting, just notice what you're feeling, come into your body and just become aware of the sensations, and then focus on that breath. And what do you notice in the sensations of the inhale and the exhale? And just begin to allow whatever is happening to be okay with you. It may not be the feeling you think you should feel. Breath might be a certain depth or a certain shallowness. There might be some discomfort in your body. Just notice those things. Come back to the breathing in and come back to the breathing out. Nice. So this is where you just come back to neutral. You just let go of having to say anything, having to control any outcome. And you just have this safe, aware space that you can write from. Nice. Beautiful. Well done. And then if you can, this is the time when we invite the prompt. So you can open your eyes if it feels comfortable. And our prompt today is a map. So writing from a map, this is Washington State. Writing from a visual prompt or a place is very evocative and interesting. But I'm just going to let you experience it with us. So, Lazia, as you continue to breathe and relax, you notice these images before you. You just let them be. There are so many memories, stories, emotions even attached to all of these places, and maybe particular places, and there's no need to change any of that or control any of that. Just noticing Washington State. And then it's interesting to just take it in, and then come back, close the eyes again, let it go, let the image go, and breathe. Just coming back to where you are, your safe space. Being with yourself, more important than any words, more important than anything you could make on the page. And then when you're ready, taking your time, opening your eyes again, and taking a look, and just seeing what's there out of curiosity. And it could be that there is a word, a name, a place. It could be on the shoreline, it could be in a forest, it could be a highway. And you're just noticing that it's kind of spicy, like it's got some little attachment, something to it that's like grippy, staying with you. So just notice maybe there's 3 places or 4. Don't have to do anything about them or make them be. And then once again, we return to this place of safety so that the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex can stop doing its word making for a little while. It's thinking and it's judging. And we just come back to the breath. We just let it go. In Wildwriting, it doesn't matter if your spelling is wrong, if your grammar is crazy, if you make no sense, if your handwriting is terrible. But please use your hand, because the hand and the brain are intrinsically linked in a dynamic way. So kind of just noticing as you come to your awareness, what that breath is like. And then you take your time opening your eyes whenever you're ready, and you see what is available to you in the image. No rush, no stress, no striving. Nice. And then again, once again, asking, what is it that's getting your attention? Could be the same word, could be the same name, the same geographic location. And just notice those 3 or 4 things. And when you're ready, writing those down at the top of your page, the 3 or 4 things. And you don't have to know why. They're just coming alive for you a little bit. Sometimes they're map instructions, or a key on the map, or some other random thing. Now you can have an interruption in your practice. There's a siren right now that I'm noticing. And so either you're writing and you notice the siren, or you're just getting ready to write, you can bring in the siren. Or you can just, come back to your breath and let the siren go. So wonderful. Your choices on the page are perfect, whatever they are. Okay. So now that you've got your 3 or 4 things that you gleaned from your map, we're going to take this and we're going to turn it into the wild writing process. So some of the things are, once you start writing, don't stop. You know, there's this tendency to stop and read what we wrote and see if it makes sense and see if we like it. There's this tendency to feel like, it's not good enough, it should be something different. These are all things we are going to transcend. They're going to happen, but we're just going to breathe and continue. If you need to close your eyes for a minute, take a breath, but keep writing. Keep writing. Yeah. And you can also go off topic. You know, sometimes people are, well, I wrote about, Pendleton and I don't have anything else to say. It's fine to continue with something else or to even write in the middle of your practice. You could draw a line or not draw a line. I don't know what to say. I am out of ideas. But the challenge in the wild writing is to keep going, even with that idea where your conscious mind says, there's nothing else, that's it. You just continue until that time is up. So I'm going to watch the clock for you. We're going to make this one very short for the sake of our practice together and our illustration. But generally I would do 8 to 10 to 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah.
Cool.
And again, the challenge, the opportunity is to continue writing beyond the place where your brain says, that's all I have to say. It doesn't have to be good at all. This is about a practice of discovery. And there might be one line or one word that stays with you that becomes something else later on that you can use. And we don't know. So that's why we're discovering. But we don't censor or judge or stop. We just keep going. So thank you. So I will begin you with this prompt. Yeah. Where I find myself is. Where I find myself is. And go ahead and write that at the top of your page, just below your other words. Fantastic. Okay, and then a little dot. Continue breathing. I'm going to watch the clock we're going to say 6 minutes for the first time. And is there any question or anything before we start?
Yeah,
okay.
That's good.
All right, okay. All right. Where I find myself is, if you want to go ahead and wild write with us, please do. And begin. 6 minutes.